Okay, if you guys have noticed that stuff has been weird, like your communication has been messed up and things are just going awry, it's because Mercury has been in retrograde. But what the heck does that mean?
What?
Can you talk about it? Okay,
Tell
so
me.
you guys, I never really understood what it technically meant for Mercury to be in retrograde, but apparently it's when, so it happens 3 to 4 times a year. And
For
typically,
3 weeks at a time.
That's like my
3 weeks at a time.
period.
It's crazy, I know. So it's an illusion. It's not like it's actually moving in an opposite direction than the Earth. So typically planets move from east to west, and the misconception is that Mercury is moving from west to east. So like in the opposite direction
But
than
that's a
Earth is
misconception?
orbiting.
Yeah.
So it's not actually going backwards.
It's
What
just
is it
going,
doing? Why
it's
is it
going faster
affecting
than the
us?
Earth. So first of
Yeah.
all, people have this negative connotation of Mercury is retrograde because they thought it was going backwards, and then all of this stuff just had a negative connotation. But what happens is actually the Earth is the third planet from the sun. Mercury is the first planet from the sun. So Mercury rotates around the sun 4 times faster than the Earth. So
Okay.
it creates this illusion if
down.
you're looking up at Mercury.
So it's an illusion.
That it's going
It's an illusion.
backwards. But because Mercury is the planet of communication and information, people that are into astrology, they have all of this negative connotation surrounding Mercury is
So
retrograde.
our internet was down a few days ago here at Clever, and we were all freaking out. And someone
Yeah.
said it's Mercury retrograde, and I'm like, is it not?
Mercury is retrograde,
yes.
or Mercury is in retrograde?
It's not in because it is retrograde.
People say Mercury in retrograde
I watched
because-
this astrologist say that people that say Mercury in retrograde is horrifyingly wrong.
Okay.
That's just become like the common term for it.
So now is it just this thing that we blame all bad stuff
Yeah.
on?
Yeah,
Like,
I
oh
do.
man, I got a pimple. Mercury must be retrograde.
I think it's real. My communication has been really weird. I broke a mirror. I came to work when I didn't have work.
Drew, that was because you were being clumsy, probably.
And also, I go to yoga a lot, and I didn't know much about Mercury is retrograde before I went to yoga, but yogis are all crazy. I'm one of them, but just I'm not dissing that kind of people. But like, I got so
yogis.
scared because she was like, the next 3 weeks is gonna be horrifying. Everything's gonna go wrong. You're not gonna be able to communicate. You're gonna leave your lunch at home. And it's kind of true, but I think we're all thinking it into existence as
Yeah.
well.
Puerto Rico just lost electricity a couple days ago as well, like all 15 point something million. So I'm wondering if that had anything to do
Oh
with
my
it.
gosh, you know what
That's
else?
scary.
I stubbed my toe.
Shut up, Lauren.
Right? That must be what happened.
must be
It
it.
has to be Mercury.
It's so weird though. Have you guys always known about Mercury is retrograde? Has that
No.
always been on
I've
your
heard
radar?
it until I know
Not
it's been
really.
like everyone is talking about it just recently. I definitely have heard it before by hippies, right?
Right.
It's just like some people in a coffee shop being like, Mercury's in
I think it's just
retrograde."
hipsters, and I mean, it's like you guys said, it's been going on and it happens every year. Why didn't we hear
Three
about it?
times a year?
3 times a
That's
year.
like-
3 weeks at a time.
3 times a year.
I
And
don't know.
it just ended. It's supposed to come back in December, like December 19th.
Yeah, so
Could
right,
ruin Christmas.
yes,
Santa, watch out.
it's going to ruin Christmas for sure. But so it just ended 2 days ago.
Okay.
Thank God.
And it was going
Yeah.
on for
So we should
3
be
weeks.
safe now.
I can find I'll
Knock
drive,
on wood,
I'm gonna
bitch.
drive my car again. I was only taking Ubers, stay off the road, Mercury's
my
retrograde,
gosh.
but I will see if I'm gonna go back to driving my car. I'm so excited.
I do have to point out this though. During Mercury's retrograde this time, Angelina and Brad Pitt broke up.
Oh,
Justin
God.
and Sophia Richie broke up.
See?
The world is a messed up place right now,
It's a
and I
messed
think
up
it's because
place.
of Mercury's retrograde.
But you guys, the misconception does make sense because if you think about it, like if you're driving in a car and then like a train, you're passing by a train, you pass it faster. It does look like it's moving backwards. So like, you
Oh,
get,
that's
like,
happened to me when I've been in traffic and I
Yeah.
got so freaked out. I was
Yeah.
like, and I slammed my foot on the brake that I was already holding the brake. So then I kind of I don't know. I
like
totally
if
Same
you're
thing,
like if you're
same
sitting
thing.
at a stoplight and the
Yes.
car next to you is
It's
like,
like
idling, but then they roll backward, you think you're rolling
you
too.
think you're rolling. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Science is so hard.
so complicated.
But I just wonder if there's any truth behind it. Because
Behind negative things
I
happening.
think like all of my yoga teachers swear that Mercury is retrograde, which you can't deny that it is, but does that actually
Yeah.
affect our daily
Why
life
would
and
it?
communication?
What's the science behind it affecting things? Is it because it has to do with like the ocean, the tide, and the magnetic pull and all that stuff I learned in class or was supposed to and didn't?
It's like
Oh, yeah.
astrology. Same thing with like all the zodiac signs and when people believe like you're a certain
Have
way.
you
a
guys
certain
ever
month, certain
heard
month.
when there's an eclipse and you're pregnant, you're supposed to put a little safety pin on your belly button?
No.
What?
Is that a Mexican thing?
Wait, tell me more.
So if there's an eclipse and you're pregnant, A, you're supposed to stay indoors because your house is gonna protect you. And B, you have to put like a little safety pin on a item of clothing to cover like your belly button when you're pregnant.
That
'Cause-
seems a little dangerous, putting safety pins.
I know.
here.
It's
That's
supposed to
dangerous.
like bounce off like some negative energy that can come into your belly during an eclipse.
Are you
I
guys
don't know.
into astrology? Like, do you read your
Not
horoscopes every
really.
day?
Hardcore.
I do, but I feel
Really?
like
Hardcore.
you and I would have like the same one, and we'd both be like, "Oh yeah." So I feel like they're all the same. Like if you really read all of them,
Astrology seems like such a you can turn any sort of fortune or what is it called? Your horoscope.
Your horoscope,
You can
yeah.
be like, oh yeah, that's me. It could be like, you're gonna see a cloud today.
Well, see, that's why
I saw a cloud.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I want to meet the person that is writing horoscopes, because I kind of feel like they're people like psychics, where it's like, are they building a brand based on lies, or do they actually feel
don't
in touch
know.
and in tune with these
Well,
things?
it was like the Greeks way back in the day
Right.
that came up with all the horoscopes and the zodiac stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm like a firm believer in all this. I'm an Aquarius.
I do believe
and-
in like personality traits being, you know, like related to your sign, but I don't know, like Lauren says. I
So-
feel like it applies to
Like,
anyone.
I'm a Pisces and I'm super outgoing and annoying and creative, and the things are like introvert, creative, and I'm like, well, you got like 1 out of 2, right? So I guess you must be
50%
real.
an F, though. But when
Right?
you get in a relationship,
That's
are
real.
you checking your love compatibility?
all the time.
Do
It's
you?
all-
I always do, but it's not even
Well-
because I like the horoscopes, essentially. It's just I want confirmation.
Excuse the scorpions out there, but I've dated a few scorpions and they were all cheaters.
See, I fully believe in the
So-
the compatibility thing is so real.
Yeah.
Apparently, Aquariuses and Leos get together really well, and they're like marriage and like
I'm a
sex
Leo.
compatible.
What is
you are?
What is January 9th?
Capricorn? I
And
think.
do you know who they're love compatible with?
Is that
my
your
My
husband?
husband's like a Capricorn. He's a January, and I'm
And
a
you're-
Pisces.
I don't know.
Are we compatible? Only time will tell.
Look it up and let us know in the comment section.
All right, you
Someone
guys.
look it up for Lauren.
Well, I do want to know what you think about Mercury is retrograde. Do you believe it's something that affects our daily life, and do you think it's responsible for Justin Bieber breaking up with Sophia Richie? I don't know. Let us know in the comment section below. And then, hey, this video continues just on a different video, but that's okay because we have a link for you, and you can click right over here on the left to see Disney pulling a racist costume from stores.
Ooh, and if you want to know about Eugenia Cooney being too skinny and the YouTubers reacting to it, click to the right. That's all.
Bye.